Good evening, everyone. This is your last case study of tonight, and I'm going to talk about an app we launched last December called Just Not Sorry. We launched it after we started building after Thanksgiving, and by New Year's, we already had 10,000 users. We had 100,000 users within the first 30 days. A little bit about me. I've spent the last 3 years at Pivotal Labs, Cyrus Innovation, and teaching at General Assembly. I teach people how to take an idea and turn it into hockey stick growth. I'm a product person. But how do you take an Amy Schumer video and turn that into 200,000 people using an app in over 200 countries worldwide? And so this is really the story of how I took an Amy Schumer video where they have 4 women on a panel who say, "I'm sorry a little too much," which I was watching with a group of friends one day who were talking about how they wanted to stop saying just and sorry. So I came up with this idea. What if we had a Gmail app that highlighted the words just and sorry? And everyone said, that's genius. And they couldn't wait to use it. But I know from Lean Startup and from other people, like Steve Cohn, my friend, that lean validation means that not only does somebody say, yes, I'd like to use something, but they're willing to give you money, time, or social capital. So luckily, my friend Kara was in the room, and she runs a PR firm, and she said, not only would I use it, I will give you free PR. So that was real validation. So the next day, we spent 2 days and we built it, and it highlighted. The problem is when you highlight just and sorry, these are words you might want to use, like, I just heard your mom died, I'm sorry. Which meant that the MVP actually had to also strip out the highlighting, because minimum viable products have to be functional for their users, not maximum vetted president like my pin says, MVP, minimum viable products, functional for our users. So we spent another 2 days and started to strip out the highlighting. But that wasn't enough. How did we educate the users that it was going to take away the highlighting? So we used a model that already existed. We went for the dotted line that looked like spell check. Again, a slight problem of, well, I didn't mistype just or sorry. So we had those little help text. This was the original trigger words, just 6 of them. It didn't cover all the things that people cared about, improving their speech or improving their awareness, but that's okay. It was just an MVP. It also only worked on Gmail with Chrome. Again, small group of people. And we showed it to a few of the people that were at that lunch, and they said, this is brilliant. When can I share this with my team? Again, the validation came from the social capital of sharing. Not that they liked it, but they wanted to share it. But then there were bugs. I couldn't even use it on my own computer because I had a Gmail plugin that was conflicting with it. And we thought about fixing all of the bugs. Well, luckily, I had attended Lean Startup, and my friend Lauren Gilchrist talked about shipping imperfect products. So we decided to launch anyways. And we launched on Product Hunt, another Lean Startup showcase. And my friend Jillian put it up there. And by around 10 o'clock in the morning East Coast time, we had 100 upvotes. So that's a really great way to launch. And this was our original landing page. Make it your New Year's resolution to stop using these words. My friend Emma came up with that idea of building into social cycles of New Year's resolutions. So we launched on December 28th. But when I sent this to some few friends built on Instapage a few days before we launched, they said they liked it. And I said, well, what about the app? And they said, what app? Because it turned out they were really excited to sign the pledge, but not to download the application. So I very quickly in Instapage, before we launched, changed it. So number 1, download the app. Number 2, sign the pledge. Very, very clear as to what you were supposed to do. We also, once you signed the pledge, immediately redirected you, thanks to Click to Tweet, to Twitter. And it sent out a tweet that said, I signed the Just Not Sorry pledge to send more effective emails in 2016. But our landing page wasn't the only thing we optimized. We also optimized this tweet, because within a few days, we saw that one of our friends had led this other tweet, and that performed better. So we changed that as well. And this is what our landing page looked like around a week into it, because it turns out that when you launch December 28th, it's a really slow news cycle. And nothing else is interesting. So we got covered on the Today Show twice. This is what the current iteration looks like, because we open source the tool. So you can go and fix the code if you want to. We fixed those bugs I mentioned earlier. And we now have an orange dash line, because that's what people wanted. We went directly to the customers and listened to their feedback. We increased our trigger words. The underlined ones are the original one. Trying, we had up within a week, because that's what we could do. That one's accredited to Yoda. Do or do not, there is no try. So my key takeaways for all of you, that's our link if you want to download it. Validate with real users, build small but make sure it's useful, and iterate based on feedback. Have a great night and enjoy the rest of the conference.